Steve and I have climbed up to the back table of Table Mountain in Cape Town via Skeleton Gorge. We hiked past the Healy Hutchinson Reservoir and visited the museum, which displays the history of the 5 reservoirs built on the back table. We've walked across the back table, following the route of the old railway track from the reservoirs to the top of Kasteelspoort. Kasteelspoort is the site of the upper cable anchorage of Table Mountain's earliest cableway, which was constructed to facilitate the building of the 5 reservoirs up there.
Down into Kasteelspoort and out across the Atlantic Ocean. And there we have a view down over, I think that's probably Buckwerfen, beyond Cape Bay.
Having admired the view and taken a substantial lunch break, we continued on our ramble.
We're walking back now along the trolley track, back from the top of Kasteelspoort in the direction of the dams. When we get to the dams, we'll cross over the wall of the Villiers Reservoir, and then we will head off towards the top of Nursery Ravine. Now we've walked back from Kasteelspoort to the dams, and here we are at the Woodhead Reservoir, and this is the bigger of the 2 reservoirs. I think it's certainly the higher wall, and it's got quite an impressive wall. So you're looking across from the Woodhead Reservoir, which is very empty at the moment. We've had very poor rain this winter, and that's the Healy Hutchinson Dam behind, and the gap that you see in the middle was where we came up this morning, up Skeleton Gorge. And what's interesting about this reservoir, you'll see these concrete squares in front of me along the wall. What they've done recently was an engineering project to tie vertical cables through the wall into the rock below. And so this wall has been tied down much more tightly onto Table Mountain, just to increase the security, because there are a lot of people living downstream of this wall. This gives you an idea of the height of the Woodhead Reservoir. It's a long way to the bottom of the wall. That is Dyser Gorge, Dyser Stream, running from here all the way down that lovely gully into Orange Kloof, the beautifully forested Orange Kloof down below. We've had fun walking from the De Villiers Reservoir along the jeep track, which is beautifully paved at this stage, very easy walking. And this is Victoria Reservoir below us, and actually up on the slopes there you can see the remaining logs from the old pine plantation that used to grow around these reservoirs. And here we are walking along the jeep track on top of Table Mountain, and as we come over the brow, beautiful scenery comes out in front of us. We look down there to the very blue and beautiful False Bay, and there's even some sunshine down there over the Cape Flats. And here we have a beautiful view over the southern peninsula. And there's the old forester's hut, which is now used as one of the overnight huts for the Hurikwacho Trail, False Bay and the Hottentottsholland Mountains beyond. We've now turned off the jeep track that comes up, or that goes down to Constantia Neck from the direction we were walking, and now we're walking across towards Nursery Ravine fernwood buttress with the whole of the southern suburbs of Cape Town down below us, down there. So we've got a lovely view of the city, southern suburbs, from where we are at the moment. And here we've got a little reservoir that collects water that runs down this furrow and supplies the drinking water to the Hurikwacho trail hut, which used to be the old forester's house. And now we're going to go up there. Steve's already on his way up, past that little copse of trees, and then we'll make our way across the top of those rocks and around the point towards Nursery Ravine.
Oops, I'm doing a video sideways. And I thought I was doing a still, so I'm going to rotate it here.
Yeah, no, luckily I haven't made that mistake today that I'm aware of. So that's the far side of Nursery Ravine, and we'll walk up to the top of Castle Rock over there shortly, and we'll look straight down into Kirstenbosch garden from the top of Castle Rock, which you usually look up to from the garden. And down there you've got the Newlands cricket ground and the rugby stadium, and on the green roofs on the right is Cavendish Square shopping centre, the mall. And we're now marching up towards Nursery Ravine, coming across the traverse between the Hurikwacho trail hut and Nursery Ravine. And here comes Steve. Come on by. Okay. Carry on. Very atmospheric today, with the cloud right down over the mountain. And of all times, the weather now has the audacity to rain on us. So we're here standing under a nice little shelter, watching the drips of water. I think the worst of it is over, but it was just enough to make us stop and put on our raincoats. And look at these spectacular rocks all around us. We're now,
including above us,
very close to, yeah, I'm grateful for the one above us. And we're now going to go across over there somewhere through that gap to the top of, what's it called? Castle Rock. Yeah, Castle Rock, which looks down over Kirstenbosch. So let's go and tease the weather some more. Here we are standing on the top of Castle Rock, overlooking Kirstenbosch. That's Fernwood Buttress, with Cape Town and the Cape Flats down below. I'll pan around. We've had a wonderful day's walking on the back table of Table Mountain. We're now looking down at Kasteelspoort. There's the laboratory where Diggy works, down there. And then if we pan across here slowly, you can see the car park at Gate 2, the education centre, the restaurants, and all the lawns that people take to be Kasteelspoort, which actually only represent 6% of Kasteelspoort proper. There it is with the reservoir for irrigating Kasteelspoort on our right hand side. The contour path far below us at the moment, it's the little thin one running the highest above those. That little thin one through the centre of the video right now. And if we look out there, we can look up over the southern suburbs of Cape Town, and we can see Muizenberg Mountain and False Bay beyond. And panning further to the right, a little patch of sunshine over Kaapseweg. Most of the peninsula has been under cloud today, which has made it very pleasant walking. And coming right around the rocks on the top of Castle Rock, which is what you see when you look up from Kasteelspoort, is my good friend Steve, who's been walking with me all day. There we go. We've had a great day, Steve. Thanks. No, only a pleasure. It was great.
We've had a most enjoyable ramble around the back table of Table Mountain. It's now time to head off to the top of Nursery Ravine, just a couple of 100 meters away. Please join us in part 4 for our descent of Nursery Ravine to end our hike in Kasteelspoort Garden.